to your talk. So I had 3 points in my speech, an intro and a conclusion. I think I'm going to add about 7 slides here. That's good for about 7 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and add new slides. My goal is 6 minutes, but I think I can do 7 slides in 6 minutes. You can always add 10, and you can always edit out what you don't need. That's perfectly fine. All right, now I'm going to go grab all those images that I had. Did you see all those images? All right, so let me go grab those real quick. Workshop materials. I should have grabbed my thumb drive. I just ripped them off of that, but I didn't think to do that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it downloaded that one. Okay. And then that one. So let's look at them, and you tell me. Let's pause at that one. Nutrition. So it's the nutrition. Maybe I got it because I think, man, that's perfect for nutrition. Is it good for a visual aid though?
No.
Exactly. You don't want to read it. If you're reading that, guess what you're not listening to?
I'm not listening to you.
Yeah, probably not listening to me anyway, but you're certainly not listening if you're reading. Yeah, here's the deal with reading and listening. You use the same part of the brain for both. Either way, listening or reading, you're still making sense out of symbols. They're either spoken or they're seen. So if you're trying to read and listen at the same time, I'm setting you up for failure. So if this has got good information, then maybe I just use it for me, and I don't use that. All right. What about that image?
No.
Is that sugar cubes?
It is sugar cubes, and a picture's worth 1,000 words. So I can tell you how many teaspoons of sugar are in Mountain Dew, but man, isn't that more effective? All right. How about NAD?
History.
Yeah, it could be part of the history. Good, NAD. History. How about that? I guess. I don't know if it really puts a jet on this bus, but I just like the image. Some dude really did that in Las Vegas. He got a bus up to 300 miles an hour. He stuck a jet engine in it. You can look it up on YouTube.
I have a
All right,
question.
what about this one?
History, that's really how they make it.
So basically what I would need to do is I would need to go to that speech outline that I have. And I see my attention getter. I talk about Allie and Barney Hartman ran a bottling plant in Knoxville, Tennessee. They made the citrusy beverage, and they called it jokingly Mountain Dew after Tennessee moonshine. Which of my images screams moonshine? This one. So I'm going to grab my image, I'm going to drag it to PowerPoint, and I'm going to just drop, well, no, I'm not going to just drop it in because let's delete the little text stuff. I can always add it back. Now let's grab it and drag it and drop it. There we go. Now, when you're making the image bigger, make it bigger proportionately. You don't want to do what's called bastardizing the image. That is where you do this. Before you do this to a photograph, think, would you want somebody doing that to a picture of your face? If the answer is no, then don't do it to another photograph. It's okay to have white space or black space. It's okay to have negative space. Because I can park that over there, and then I can just insert some text. So let's go get a text box. Let's grab it and drag it right here. And let's go type in Mountain Dew. And then do whatever fancy things you want to do with the font.
So no font restrictions?
Huh?
No font restrictions?
Just as legible. The only font restriction is make sure we're able to read it. You want to be at least 28 point, okay? If it's too small, that's 24 point. That gets a little challenging to read in the back, doesn't it?
I can see what you're saying, but no, but also it just looks boring.
So I think for a title, I'm going to make mine big. That way you can see it. Think about what if I have to give this talk in a room twice this size. And if you want your preview of points, fine, you can put them. I'd be wary of animation and never, ever, ever set the slideshow on auto advance. Because now you've made it the boss. You're going to have to either wait for it or speed up your talk to stay up with it. So if you let it auto advance, you put it in charge. So we'll talk about history, we'll talk about ingredients, we'll talk about comparisons. So there's my main points. Why did I use green? Mountain Dew's green. Yep. Make it a little bit smaller, my title. Okay. What about, but I know what would be great. I'm going to put my text on my picture.
I can't see it.
Yeah. What? That's wicked. Cool. Okay, don't put text on pictures, and here's why. You will read a picture as the foreground item. You will read text as the foreground item. So when you put text on a picture, you're creating confusion for the viewer because they're wanting to see the picture as what's in front and they're wanting to see the text as what's in front. If I were going to do this, what color should that text be?
White.
It should be white. So let me go click it. So that's it white. That's it black. And what am I really deciding here? Then it doesn't look good there at all. So maybe if I had a lot of just background information, like all those leaves, but no matter what, I'm covering something up. So you know what? It's just going to be better put right over there. And there we go. Simple, clean, clear, done. Now moving on to the next one. I'm talking about history. So which one of these seems to beckon history?
That one.
That one. So let's just grab it, let's drag it, and let's drop it.
I have a question though.
As long as you don't drop it in one of these text fields, it'll just pop up. Yes?
Do you have to cite the official aid like that one?
You do. So this is an official Mountain Dew image, so you should cite it. Wherever you get your pictures, if you can cite it, you should. What will work for pictures is just to put a little caption down here.
So there's a note in the bottom of a PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put source of a picture
Yep,
there.
you put source of the picture there. Be fine. Yep.
Okay, just curious. Because I don't want to be accused of plagiarism.
Right. I'm not as big on it and with pictures as I am for the content itself. But still, to be on the safe side, it's a good idea. What about my can here? Do I need a picture of that?
Nah.
Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to leave it for now. We'll go on to something else. Anything else for history?
The older bottles.
Those? Yeah, I'll put that here. So again, drag, as long as you don't drop it over where your text box is, it'll just pop up. So like here, I'll move my image over. I'll move this one over to the right, and we'll put the history of Mountain Dew. Uh-oh, you can't see my words. That's okay. We'll just grab the text box and adjust it like that. I misspelled mountain. Mountain. Oh, that Mountain Dew. Okay. I got on my own nerves.
That's worse than mine.
Pretty bad when you get on your own nerves. All right, it won't let me click it. Let's get rid of this extra text field, and there we go. So, play with PowerPoint. You can also, if you don't have PowerPoint, you can use Google Slides. That will work too. If you are a KCTCS student, then you have free access to all of the Microsoft products, by the way. And one thing, just because I've got a background in art, so some of these little details matter to me. I'm going to try to make my text here even with this white strip up there, just so visually it looks a little nicer. There we go. That, I'm not going to caption that at all, because why? It doesn't need it. I'll just provide my own caption and I'll let the picture speak for itself. It'll just be there's a nice little backdrop. All right, moving on to ingredients. Let's go ahead and type that in this time. Ingredients. What's in it? What do we want to look at first? Caffeine or sugar?
Caffeine.
Well, before I commit, maybe I need to look and see. All right, so I did popular drink on my sample outline, so let's talk about the popularity of it first. Popularity, go with that outline. Popularity. Drink. And let's again make it green, make it bold, and look at my images. All right, so which image really talks about its popularity? That one with all those different types of Mountain Dew? Let's grab it, drag it, and drop it. There we go. All right, that works. A nice little throwback bottle there. Cool. We'll try to center that a little bit better. There we go. Okay, now we can talk about ingredients. What's in it? When in doubt, just make the first letters of all these words capital. When in doubt. Okay. So what am I looking at first? I'm looking at calories, sodium, sugar. But mainly I'm talking about how many calories come from sugar. 29 grams of sugar. That's a lot in a 7.5 ounce can of Mountain Dew. Who drinks 7.5 ounce cans of Mountain Dew?
Is that a thing?
Seriously?
I never heard of
Those
it.
are those little cans you
I
get at
guess,
the
like
packs.
you get from
I think
your
it's at dollar store or something.
I drink it by like the liter, but anyway. So a 20 ounce bottle of Mountain Dew would have roughly 3 times that amount of sugar. So you're looking at close to 90 grams of sugar. That's a lot of sugar in a can of Mountain Dew. So first I'm talking about sugar. Which one of these images screams sugar?
The one with the sugar cubes.
That one. The picture's worth 1,000 words, so let's drag it, let's drop it. Oh, nope, not up there. It won't let me put an image up there. Remember to drop it outside the text field so it will show up in front.
That's why you don't drink soft drinks.
It's still trying to put it up here.
That's why you shouldn't drink soft drinks. I still do, but
So we're talking about sugar first. Let's go ahead and put in sugar. How much sugar is in it? Again, you don't want a lot of text, because who is the primary source of information for your speech? You are, not your visual aid. You. Let's make it bigger, and let's shrink these so that I have room for my image without it interfering. Now let me go grab it, drag it again. Maybe this time it won't accidentally plop somewhere I don't want it. All right? Now, this image you got to be careful of, because this image is a JPEG with a lot of artifacts. Now, see, PowerPoint's pretty smart. So I have to draw that little line up there, so it'll try to help me make it look nice. So as you stretch the text out, it'll help you make sure it's all nice and even looking. So do you see the little artifacts in it? Let me show the PowerPoint show. You see the little artifacts here? You see them? Little bitty, looks like it's just little pieces of junk that were stuck on the picture. Hopefully you can't see them, because if you can't see them, that means this is a great image to use. You want to find one that's high enough quality that if you blow it up, it doesn't look pixelated and like a bad photograph. So this is close. This is close to almost not being able to use. But in the end, I think the image is more important than the quality of the image because of that, seeing how many sugar cubes are in that. Did you have any idea that there was that much sugar in a soda? Makes you not want to drink them. All right, now what's the next thing we're talking about? Caffeine. Well, look, I'm just going to copy this slide. I'm just going to copy the slide and paste it, and then change this to caffeine. Woohoo, I spelled caffeine correctly. Can't believe it. Now, which one of these images screams caffeine? I bet it's the one down here. No? Well, did I not load it? There was one that I thought had, there it is.
can I just say the old Mountain Dew logo is better than the new one?
You like the old one better than the
I like all the old ones. Old logo is better than the new one.
I do too. So there you go. There's my caffeine image. Okay, and now we're what, to the conclusion? And so what should I use for my conclusion?
Probably the original can. No.
But I'm talking about Mr. Dude using Mountain Dew to fuel his car.
Probably the bus. With
I could use the bus. All right. Let's see how it works. So, that would be on behind me as I went through my speech, my introduction. I say it, it's repeated up here. The visual aid reinforces what I say rather than competes with me. It's big, it's visual, it does what I can't do. Awesome. Next, the history of Mountain Dew with that nice old looking logo. There's a lot of space here which can be filled with me. So you can just stand in those negative places. That's fine. Or you can put other little bits of information there. Just be careful. You don't want your audience doing more reading than they are listening. There's just the bottles. And we talk about the popularity of the drink. Again, it makes a nice backdrop. It's visual. Does what I can't do. I can describe a bottle, but I can't actually physically represent it like that image can. We see sugar, we see caffeine, and then jet bus. Because we'll associate, the flaming bus. That's kind of what Mountain Dew's caffeine does, right? Makes you feel jazzed between the sugar and the caffeine. And then some dude decided to use it to put fuel in his car. Doesn't make flames shoot out the back, but it's a cool image and a nice thing to park with your audience on. Okay? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready.